So we'll be looking at this book today. It's by a Japanese block print artist called Hokusai. 36 Views of Mount Fuji. It's kind of a really nice edition. I'm not going to say that much about this book. I think there's not much for me to say about paintings, but it includes this kind of English explanation about all the paintings. And you may have caught by now, I'm not great at reading all introductions and things like that. You know, it isn't a big book, but it's the format is this kind of Japanese, what do you call that? It looks like an organ. I don't know what it's called. I forgot what it's called, this type of printing. But anyway, I believe that says Fuji Sama Sanjuroku, and the last kanji I can't read. So 36 views of Fuji. You know, I wasn't that interested in Japanese art, although I've lived here for 20 years. But about 5 years back, when I started buying a few of these books, I could spend more time looking at them, and of course they're beautiful, right? I did climb Fuji when I was about 19, and can't say it was my favorite experience. I mean, as the paintings kind of show here, the rocks are all kind of like very volcanic. I mean, that's an obvious statement, but it kind of looks like you're climbing Mars or something. It's not very scenic. I got to the top and it was completely overcast, so I couldn't see anything. It was like looking out of a plane window. It's a little bit anticlimactic for me. Don't know if I'll do it again. You may have heard there's heaps of tourists in Japan now as well, so I'm pretty sure it would be very crowded. I can say that one thing about living in Japan, if you kind of live within sight of Fuji, it feels kind of special. I remember once running a marathon by myself because the marathon was cancelled due to a typhoon, and I was pretty tired, and Fuji came into view, and then I felt like a real like radiance of energy from the mountain. So I know it's all like mental, but kind of helped a lot. And there are obviously there were two different prefectures on each side of the mountain, and I've heard that they battle about, like, you know, which side has the better view. I've always wanted to do screen printing. I mean, my brain can't calculate or can't envision how you would choose which colors to put down first, but obviously it's an art form. Oh, that's interesting one. I don't know why, but whenever I look at these paintings, especially like these kind of action shots, it reminds me of the graphic novelist Frank Miller. Especially like the figures. I mean, obviously he's influenced by Japanese art. I mean, he did Ronin after all, but yeah, I wonder if I can find the interview of him talking about Japanese art. Apologies also if this audio is bad. I mean, I'm filming this on a really old iPhone 10. So yeah, if it's bad or if it's bothering you, just turn off the audio, please. You do still see a lot of these houses in Japan, obviously. You may know that these tiles are quite heavy, so during earthquakes there's a good chance they're going to fall on you, like the roof will collapse. So they look beautiful, but not entirely sure how practical it'd be to live in one. It's funny, you may hear in the background, I don't know if you can hear the crows or not, but you definitely see a lot of crows in Japan. I don't know if they're crows, but I just heard the background, the crows harking as usual. Yeah, interestingly enough, having lived here for so long, there are a lot of rivers, obviously, in Japan, but the Japanese don't really, at least in my area, they don't really swim in the rivers here. Can't say that they're the strongest swimmers. I mean, compared to Aussies, where I grew up. So there's a lot of fear about being, taken away by the currents, or can't say that the rivers are put to much use, at least in my area. Maybe out in the woods, people use the rivers more. But you'd rarely see someone in the river. Maybe a little kid if they're looking for crayfish or something. This reminds me of, there's a place in Hokkaido. Obviously, you can't see Fuji from Hokkaido, but if you go to a place called Otaru, you can kind of see this kind of scene without Fuji, and it's really nice in winter. It's all covered in snow. So if you ever want to see this type of scene in real life, Otaru is beautiful. I think I've just realized, is this book called an organ book? Is that what I said before? I think it is. I'm not even so sure if it's called an organ book. All right, man. I'll have to apologize. I'm shooting this on a Saturday morning at like 7:29. I'm only one coffee in, so my brain is a little bit slow as usual. We're getting towards the end here. I haven't counted, but I think we must be at about 33 or 34. Kind of look like ox. Okay, this is the last one. Okay, there you go. Hope you enjoyed that book. Time to put this one away. It's a beautiful little book.